What's up, Happy Family? Robert's been asking me to take him to the range, and I said okay in the summertime. It's summertime now, and Robert's old enough and mature enough, and he deserves it, and we're proud of him. So today we're gonna go to Mission Ridge Range and Academy, and he's gonna get some professional training and do some shooting. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
How you doing? You Robert?
Yes.
Nice to meet you, Victor.
Nice to meet you.
All right, so you ready to start your training today? Let's see what you brought. All right. Okay. All right, today we're gonna start out in the classroom, then we're gonna go into the live fire portion, and we'll get ready to kick things off. You ready? All right, let's get started. Let's head to the classroom.
Hey guys, in this class I learned about safety, the fundamentals of marksmanship, and more. In this video we tried to give you guys some of the highlights of the class, as well as some useful information that will be interesting for you. For example, there's an exercise in this video to help you aim better. So first, let's start with some safety tips.
Rule number 1, treat every weapon as if it were loaded. From now on, okay, I know I have actually seen your videos, I've seen what you do, that's cool. Here's what you have to understand now. Because you're gonna be behind this weapon, from now on, doesn't matter if it shoots a paintball, doesn't matter if it shoots a BB, doesn't matter if it shoots a Nerf gun, I don't care. You will now, from now on, treat them all as if they were real guns, okay? The reason why is because if you start treating your airsoft gun, your Nerf gun, as a toy, when you get behind this one, you will actually build bad habits and you'll do the same thing. Make sense? So from now on, guess what? You can't sit there and just shoot at each other unless it's regular equipment. You have everything established and all the rules are set into place, because the last thing we want to do is make a mistake with this. Brings us into the next one. Never point a weapon at anything you are not willing to. Now, you'll notice it says destroy or kill, okay? So today, for our purposes, we're gonna obviously be shooting evil paper all day long. We can destroy that, no big deal, okay? But what we wanna ensure is that wherever that muzzle is pointed, it's always pointed in a safe direction. We never point it at anyone. We never go and point it at animals. You wanna make sure that if we make a mistake and if we load it and if we're pointing it, that if we do all the rules incorrectly and that round goes off, it's going to go off in a safe direction. Next one, keep your finger straight off the trigger until you're ready to fire, okay? Understand that you must keep your finger off the trigger at all times. Now, I'm going to show you and teach you how to properly do that, okay? What we want to make sure is that when we're holding the rifle or even a handgun, okay, that our finger actually stays up high onto the trigger guard like this at all times. So even on a pistol, it doesn't go down here. We don't let it rest. We don't do any of that, okay? Last one, know your target. Consider its background, its foreground, and what lies beyond. We got to remember that we're shooting, right? So this is considered a very powerful round that comes through it, okay? The round is flying at well over 2,700 feet per second. Some of them can fly even as fast as 3,300 feet per second. That's extremely fast, would you not agree? So these weapons are capable of firing a round that can reach out to well over a mile and still inflict heavy damage. So because of that, when we're shooting, so let's say at somebody's ranch or farm or whatever else, right? We're in Texas, that's not exactly uncommon, right? If we do, we have to ensure that we know what's behind the target, because would we want to set up targets and maybe a half mile down the road that's somebody else's house, right? But that's what we have to think about. We don't just want to think about what our target is, we want to think about the surrounding areas as well. There is a fifth rule. The fifth rule is keep the weapon on safe until you intend to fire. This right here is the safety lever, okay? If you'll notice, you'll see on it very easily, it says fire and it says safe, okay? Right now, which direction do you think it's at? Right? When it points up, what do you think it means? It can shoot. Pretty simple, right? So, safe, fire. We do not take it off safe until we are ready to fire, okay? So understand, if we're walking behind, we're doing anything with the weapon, we do not have it like this, okay? We must have the weapon on safe, all right? Until we actually come up onto the target, until we're aware of what we're ready to do, then we can flick it off safe and we can get ready to actually touch the trigger and do that, okay? So let's go over them again real quick. 1, treat every weapon as if it were loaded. 2, never point a weapon at anything you do not intend to destroy or kill. 3, keep your fingers straight and off the trigger until you're ready to fire. 4, know your target, its background, its foreground, and what lies beyond. And of course for us, number 5, keep the weapon on safe until you intend to fire.
Another thing I learned in this class is how to clear a carbine.
Send the bolt home. Just rack it, don't even have to do it, just pull it out and let the round eject. There we go. Now we go ahead and lock it again. Good, push it forward, and double check. Always, always check, right? 1, 2, and 3. Send the bolt forward, and the weapon is now clear. The fundamentals of marksmanship. We're gonna actually learn how to use this thing, okay? We're gonna go over sight alignment, sight picture, your grip, your stance, trigger control, breath control, and follow through. Fundamentals of marksmanship, sight alignment. Today, we are not going to be dealing with optic. You see it there on the right-hand side. We're gonna deal with old school. Here's the reason why we always train to this. Anytime you have this style of rifle, okay, you need to have what's called backup iron sights. The backup iron sights allow you to, when your optic breaks, okay, which, go figure, optics have glass in them. Glass, guess what? Breaks. Batteries, guess what? Run out. These, on the other hand, don't. We want to be able to use the weapon effectively and efficiently, okay? The front sight post is what is going to get you on target and get your shots where you want them to. The human eye only has the ability really to focus on one thing at a time, okay? So for us, that one thing, what do you think we want it to be? Front sight post. Simple, right? If you start to stare at the target, okay, your shots are gonna start to dance all around the target. You're gonna be shooting all over the place and wondering what's going on. I'll know, because I've seen it many, many times, but you'll start to get frustrated, okay? So that's why we wanna sit there and always focus on that, okay? I have a few things that you can do to help develop that and to get better at aiming, okay? Meaning basically focusing on that one point. Like I said, the human eye can only focus on one thing, but it likes to see big picture. It wants to see everything all around. That's why it does that, make sense? So what we gotta do is we have to retrain our eye to focus on a little tiny, tiny spot, okay? How we do that is we first start with our finger. So, you left-handed or right-handed? Left-handed. So, put your left hand out in front of you, okay? Now, what I want you to do is I want you to stay and I want you to start to focus just on your fingernail, okay? I want you to close your right eye, okay? And now I want you to put that fingernail, put it right in the middle of the blue in the Mission Ridge circle that you see right there, okay? And what you're trying to do is make the target behind blurry. You want to see this nice and clear, okay? And you can practice this, guess what? Anywhere you go. The other part is as you start to be able to get better at focusing, and what I mean by that is when you're looking at your fingernail, right? You're seeing all the little nicks and little dirt, you're like, oh man, I didn't know I had that on my fingernail. You know what I mean? Look at it as detailed as you can. As you get better, eventually, grab that, you'll take the tip of the pen and do the same thing. Notice how it's a little harder, right? What you're trying to do is make that nice and clear. I want you to actually go home today, pick a pen, and usually a ballpoint pen, those are usually better. And the reason why is because ballpoint pens, obviously on the tip, they have a what? A ball. On that ball, what I want you to do is practice putting it on things. And when you're looking at the tip of the ball, start to describe to yourself. You can talk out loud, maybe people think you're crazy, I don't know. But start to talk to yourself and say to yourself what it is you see. You see smudges on it. You see that it's not completely have ink on it. Maybe there's something sticking out of it. Maybe the ball isn't there. I don't know. But do you see what I'm saying? You want to describe it as best to yourself as you can. The more you can focus on that little tiny object, right? The better you're going to get to, guess what? The front sight post, okay? Your front sight post needs to become like your new best friend. When we go out there, you need to be able to look at it. You're gonna see that there's little nicks in it, there's a little bit of the bluing rubbed away, who knows what, okay? When you do, you've got to be focused on that. That's gotta be your whole thing is focused on that front sight post. Your whole life is that front sight post. So when you grab it, obviously high firm, push it into your shoulder. When you grab the weapon, all I like to do is just place it on top, usually with my chin right there, and then I just go down naturally. See that? And there it sits. Okay? I'm not trying to find it or go or do whatever. Just put it into your shoulder, put your chin on, and then just let it drop naturally. Once it drops naturally and you can see your sights, then you know you're where you should be. If it's not, do it again. Adjust it until it gets into a natural position, okay? And again, we'll work on that on the range. When you're aiming and you align your sights, meaning this is centered both vertically and horizontally, right? Perfectly in the rear sight aperture. You take the weapon off safe. All it simply means is that you squeeze the trigger nice and smooth all the way to the rear until the weapon goes bang. Now here it goes click, obviously. Once it does, you'll actually keep your finger on the trigger. The reason why is because the gun cycles itself. Once that happens, you're gonna actually start to release the trigger, and you'll see what I mean. As you release the trigger, you're gonna hear it go click. Hear that? Now the trigger is reset. Now I squeeze again, and again the gun's going to go bang, okay? What this is doing is it's allowing your gun to basically fire and go straight back and then come back forward again without doing this, all right? If you jerk the trigger, you slam it, you're gonna move it just a little bit. Any little bit of movement that you have in the weapon prior to firing is gonna throw your round off big time. It may not seem like it, but just a little bit of movement, even at 25 yards, can make you miss the target completely, 5 inches, even 10 inches, even at 25 yards. How I like to do it is I like to say to myself, I'm aligning my sights. So I think to myself, clear front sight post, breathe in, breathe out, slow, steady squeeze, bang, goes off. See what I'm saying? Breathe in, breathe out, front sight post, slow, steady squeeze, bang, goes off. Breathe in, breathe out. Get into a rhythm, a natural rhythm, okay? The last thing you want to do is go, you know what I'm saying? That's not gonna work. Or even worse, okay? And trust me, if you hold your breath, you're gonna shake.
I also learned in the class how to load a weapon.
Good, hit this, yep.
In the range, I learned how to tape up a target and send it down the lane.
Now, see the center of that red dot, right? The bottom, the middle, right there in the middle. See it? Okay. This, nice and clear, centered in here, right in the middle of that red blurry dot. Good. Don't jerk your finger off the trigger. Take your time. There we go. Remember to aim. Don't just start cranking rounds off. Squeeze. Nice and gentle. Okay. How'd it feel? See, it's just loud. No recoil, doesn't hurt, nothing, right? Not bad at all. See that? That's what we're looking for. That's very, very good. All right, let's get a new target.
All right, happy family, we finished our training, so let's get Robert's final thoughts on shooting today.
It was fun.
Yeah?
I don't really know what to say.
It was fun?
Yeah.
Okay, how did the recoil feel compared to what you expected it to be?
Yeah. There was almost no recoil, basically.
What about the loudness?
It was loud, though. It was really loud.
All right. How would you compare it to Airsoft Nerf?
It's more fun shooting it.
All right. There, you got it.
Happy family, it's shout-out time. The first shout-out goes to Kahil, the Tiger King 1357. The next shout-out goes to the Flipper. The next shout-out goes to Daniel Miller. The next shout-out goes to Quad Rider 2005 Gaming. The next shout-out goes to Echo Banks. The next shout-out goes to Inhale Meme, and thanks for your compliment. The next shout-out goes to Cool Kid 4476. The next shout-out goes to Tony Montana. And the last shout-out goes to Harold Flauta. Okay, happy family, that's the end of the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications button. Be happy, peace out.